Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Hall of Fame Silver Lanes here in East Hartford, Connecticut. We are here for NEBA event number 990, only 10 away from 1,000. It is the BowlWinkles Pro Shop Open, and we are here for the finals single elimination match play round of 32. Bruce Hall with you, and a new voice you may not have heard before on the live stream. We'd like to give him a very warm welcome. It is Mr. Kyle Rasmussen. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Bruce.
How's it going?
Doing great. Happy to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you here, man. I know you moved out to New York for a while, and then you came back, right? So,
Indiana, Texas, New York. Now I'm back in the home state.
Round, get around. You get around. And you're living in Enfield now, right?
Enfield, Connecticut.
Good stuff. So great to have you with us.
Appreciate it.
We'll be talking about the pattern. We'll be talking about upcoming events. We'll be going through the matches, but let's do that first. So we're here on lanes 31 through 34 as usual. Those are our feature pairs here in Hall of Fame Silver Lanes. I should say Bowlero Hall of Fame Silver Lanes, right? To do that correctly. And we'll go through the matches for you that are right in front of us. They're just getting started. On 31 and 2, we do have Tyler Levesque, who was a seed. We had 48 qualifiers today, Kyle. 16 seeds, and we've already had the first round of 32, which gave a bye to the top 16, and now those top 16 have come in to round out this round of 32, and Tyler Levesque was one of those seeds, and he's bowling the winner of the Keith Lang-John Lundy match, which was John Lundy. So it's Levesque against Lundy. Then we have Ron Canalia, who was also a seed, bowling Mike Reale. Those are the two matches on 31 and 2. Normally, when we're on the live stream, we don't start till the round of 16, and we only have one match per pair. But here we are with two matches per pair for the round of 32. And on 33 and 34, we do have, hold on, I will find it because that's what I do. Way at the top, Peter Licata was seeded. He was, in fact, number 1 seed, and he's bowling against Jay Johnson, who just beat Kyle Egan.
Defending champion, Bruce.
Defending champion, Jay Johnson. Thank you very much. He's done his research. And it is also Tyler Hearn on 33 and 4 against Darren Borges. Darren defeated Cheryl Pape in his match, and he starts off, fortunately, with a 2, 4, 8, 10. So, Kyle, we have an interesting oil pattern here. This year, of course, we have Jay Johnson as the head of the Oil Pattern Committee, has been working with a couple of outside folks in Tommy Hankey Jr. as well as Greg Tack to develop some patterns, and this is one of those patterns. It's called the 2023 BowlWinkles Pro Shop pattern, and it is 42 feet, 5.7 to 1 ratio, and 32 mils of oil. So more oil, and I think you'll see that with most of these patterns than we've seen. And you've been watching all day. What have been your observations about the pattern, and how are people playing them, and what do you think?
Well, Bruce, yeah, I got here early this morning. Wanted to kind of scope out the field. It looks like the righties, the further in and the softer with your hand you were, looks like was the better option. I'm not going to lie, the left did look tough. The left did look tough today. I believe it's a little bit of an asymmetric pattern, like 4 to 1 on the left, 5 to 1 on the right. But yeah, it looks like the righties are able to get in, get their hand around it, kind of shape the track part of the lane. You know, they were the ones that were the highest scoring.
They seem to have opened up a bit later on as they loosened up. Let's see if that's borne out in the score. So we do have all the scores. Last night, of course, we had actually 42 entries, which is a pretty amazing squad for a Saturday night, and with 10:28 as the cut. That was a lefty, Scott Corkum. Then 9 a.m. we had 92 entries, and that would have been a 10:78 Jeremy Hartbarger. And then the cut went up only 10 for Sunday at 12:30 today. 10:88 Mark Taylor was that number. And so I think, you know, they seem to open up a little bit on the right, but I wouldn't say dramatically so. You know, I wouldn't say like they became walled up and stuff like that. And if you look at the pattern, there's a nice hump in the middle. Yes. And then they're pretty flat outside of 10, right? So on both sides, they're a little bit more on the left, but pretty flat outside of 10. So yeah, you're right. I think you had to create that defined hook spot. You were better off going around it. And even the lefty, Dennis Bissonette, led the 12:30 squad by going in pretty deep and swinging through the oil out to whatever recovery he could find outside using his hand.
And so yeah, he's able to do stuff with his hand that not a lot of lefties are able to do.
Yeah, I'd say that's true.
He definitely took advantage of it on the 1230 squad.
Yeah, and he was the leader, 11:33, edged out Jamie Silva by just one stick. And of course, all the super seniors, Daryl Gurton shoots 1100, Tony Renaud makes it with 1088. So everybody made it there. We had 29 senior entries, 22 super seniors, 13 women, 211 entries altogether. Very nice turnout here at Silver Lane. So thanks everybody for coming out and also for being on our live stream. If you could share the stream, we'd really appreciate it. And we do have, of course, this year the new bowling ball giveaway for the finals. And the way that works is if you like and share the feed on our last match, we will, after the fact, go through those comments and the likes and the shares, and we will award 2 bowling balls courtesy of Island Bowling Supply. That's Peter Hakam and Joe Farley, our friends down on Long Island. And we will randomly choose those from people who like and share the feed. So get ready for that. That'll be coming up. Of course, we're in the round of 32, so we're, 4 or 5 rounds away still. So, but that'll be coming. So fun stuff there. And, you know, we will cover these matches for you. There's a lot of matches to cover, and we will go through them in a minute. I wanted to call out a couple of things to be aware of. First of all, our Hall of Fame dinner coming up April 1st. You can get tickets to that at buddiesproshop.com is the website in which to get those tickets. The next day, April 2nd, is the Cambridge Credit Classic Invitational. You did need 5 events last year to qualify for that, and I believe there's a max field of 100 for that event, so you might want to get your entry in as you can. The top 16 from the points last year automatically seeded through the first round and automatically get a check. So you'll see certainly the best players do that. That will be on a sport pattern, guaranteed. And after that, April 22nd and 23rd, we have the Buddies Pro Shop Open. That will be down in Nutmeg with our friend Mr. Forey and buddiesproshop.com. April 22nd and 23rd coming up. So those are the things coming up next. That should be fun.
Yeah, see, we're only, 10 away from number 1,000?
1000. I cased out, well, yesterday I was at Callahan's, which is actually where we're going for the Cambridge.
Yep.
And I was talking to Amber over there, and they're very excited about it. We're going to have some special goodies for that event. There's rumored to be possibly a video we're creating. We might have a giveaway and a couple of different options, but that's going to be a very special event. We're already talking about an extra squad on Saturday, which will be probably a 2 o'clock squad, and then 6 o'clock will be a burn squad. There's going to be a lot of added money. There's already 6,000 added money from 5,000 from the Callahans and 1,000 from yours truly here at TechVision. And then we're talking about some extra money possibly for the Saturday squads and other things, so stand by for all kinds of goodies for that event. We will definitely be visited by Storm. They have promised someone to be out to be with us, so that's exciting. So yes, a lot going on for number 1,000 there, Kyle. So what brings you back to Connecticut?
So, well, we've been all around the country. I grew up in Windsor, not far from here.
Yep. I grew up in Bloomfield, so yeah.
Oh, so we're rivals.
We're neighbors.
We're rivals.
Well, okay, rivals. I didn't follow the sports teams, but we did have Bloomfield Bowl, which I miss. But yes.
Yeah. I mean, my wife Sarah and I, we're in New York for about 2.5 years, and we moved
up
here
in the Syracuse area with Ryan Graywalks, right?
No, we were Albany.
Oh, okay, Albany.
Yeah, we were in the.
To me, it's all once you get over the border, it's all the same shit.
It's New York.
Sorry, it's Albany, it's Utica, it's Schenectady, it's Syracuse,
and Buffalo.
It's Buffalo, it's Rochester. It's all it's kind of one road.
And then Canada.
Then Canada,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But yeah,
then Niagara Falls. So.
We were in Texas for about 2 years and wanted to move closer to family. I grew up in Connecticut. My wife grew up in New Hampshire.
There you go.
We both were working for an insurance company at the time and decided, we wanted to be closer to home. And Albany was a hub that allowed us to keep our jobs, and it was kind of a halfway point between the two families. And then just decided that New York isn't really where we want it to be, and we talked about it, and we settled in Enfield. It's a great area for bowling. Something unfortunately I didn't get to do a lot of in Texas. Albany was great for bowling as well, again, but this is where I grew up. These are my people. I love walking around talking to everybody, and everybody always asks me, "Wait, where were you, man?
Yeah,
I haven't seen you in like 7 years." And
it's great to have you back. It's awesome.
Appreciate it.
And might you be expecting?
We are.
There's a rumor.
We are. September.
Good for you. That's
very
awesome.
excited. I got to become an uncle about 3 weeks ago. Got asked to be we got asked to be the godparents, and we're expected parents in September. So 2023 is a big year.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Speaking of new babies, I wanted to give a shout out to my friends at Auburn, Troy Labrie and Janet Elizabeth, who just had their first son. So good for you guys. Congratulations. It was a hotly anticipated birth, and great to see everybody's healthy in that family. And I don't know if that kid will bowl, but I'll lay odds.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Heck of a bowler.
Troy's team is very good at beating our team on Friday nights. So shout out to Troy. Yeah. I think we are currently 1-11 against them in league on Friday nights.
Where is this?
Chicopee.
Chicopee, okay.
Yeah.
Boy, Troy does get outside of Auburn. I'm impressed. Good
yeah,
for him.
they come down. They come down here and they beat up on us pretty good. It's but yeah, no, super excited for them.
Chris Covington, watch your mouth, Kyle. So he might be.
Cov, I don't know if that was me. I bowl with Cov on Friday night.
Oh, do you?
So
okay.
That was.
That might have been me. I think it was me. So, where's that delay? Don't we have a delay switch?
I didn't hit the button. I'm sorry.
Not.
I didn't hit the button.
That's your special job.
So what do we got going on in the matches here, Bruce?
Well, let's have a look. We've got Reale against the.
Take a look at 31-2 here.
Yeah, 31-2. Ron Canalia is up now. Ron's clean through 3, and now has a double. And meanwhile, Michael Reale went front 3, 8. So Michael Reale with the lead in that match by a mark. And then we have, of course, Tyler Levesque against John. Let's see, John Lundy, who beat Keith Lang, which is that's no small feat.
No.
So good for him. So congratulations. Shout out to everybody heading out to nationals. I know there's a lot going on there. And congratulations to the BuddiesProShop.com cadre of players. 4 players supported by Mr. Forey make the Tournament of Champions TV shows. So that would have been Frankie Lavoie and Packy Hanrahan. It would have been Chris Prather and
Mr. Jake Peters.
Jake Peters. So congratulations to those 4 making those shows. No easy feat there. And Mr. Forey was around. I think we're going to try to get him on mic here. I don't know if he took off or what's going on with him.
He told me I stole his job, and he rode off into the sunset.
Well, I mean, you might steal both our jobs, and I don't think we'd complain too loudly about that, but we'll see what happens. So we'll see how it goes. So anyway, some of the other matches, Jay, in fact, you want to maybe take us through these and let us know who's doing what on what pairs, and we'll talk about what's happening in the matches.
Yeah, it looks like down here on 27-8. Tom Hansen versus Jesse Gibson. And then we got Malik Grove against Rich Reynolds.
Rich coming off a win, right?
Yep.
Malik was seeded. Yep.
Yes, Malik was seeded. Rich defeated Randy Hagemoser. And 29-30. Jason Mahon, he was seeded. He is bowling. Kyle. I'm going to butcher that last name.
Jason just went ring 10 to be down a mark in that match.
And then we have Matt Brockett, who was seated, and he's bowling Paul Smith.
Paul with that signature massive hit is down a mark due to an open in the first frame.
Yeah, he's throwing a pretty big ball.
That sure looks like it,
Yep.
yeah. I can't tell what that is, but yes, looks like a big ball.
I think that's that archetype from track.
Yep.
All right, and we've gone through 31 through 34, so let's take a look at 35 and 6. Dennis Bissonette, or as he likes to be called, Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Looks
P-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I.
looks like Dennis is on spare three-bagger, and he's bowling Joey Tranzu, who's on three-bagger spare strike, so we got a really good match there.
Yeah, within one pin, that match. So Dennis is up again and goes through the beak for a Greek church on 35. Nasty. That might be the announcer's curse there, my friend. Congratulations. That's your first one.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
I'm sure he will.
The other match there, we got Bill Halota. He was our 15 seed, and he's bowling Daryl Gurton.
Yep. Billy has designed quite a few patterns for NEBA in his day. Last year we used a pattern called multi-stack down at Callahan's, and he designed that pattern, so it was pretty cool. So.
All right, let's take a look here. 37 and 8, Jamie Silver Jr. He was our 7 seed. And looks like he is bowling Sean Kilburn. Looks like Sean started with the first 5. 9 spare. He's getting up right now. And he leaves the bucket. And Jamie looks like he has a couple of strikes sandwiched in between a bunch of spares. And let's take a look at that other match. Tony Bennett is our 10 seed. He's bowling Kirker. And I'm not sure who is who down there. But that's also a very close match. It's clean for both players. One person's on a double.
And it's kind of hard to really track every score, every winner on the round of 32. We'll do a much better job on the round of 16, and then we do really good when all the matches are right in front of us. That's when we really shine. I'm telling you who's winning.
All right, 39 and 40. 3 seed Stone Bouchard's bowling Jeremy Hartberger.
There you
go. Again, unfortunately, can't really see that far down, but looks like there's quite a few strikes. And then Chris Monroy, 14 seed, bowling my Friday night teammate Mike Rock Jr.
So there's a fact we have to check, which Chris pointed out to me. Chris was high average last year.
Really?
And and we might have to call out, could he be possibly, as a senior now, which he keeps reminding me of, and I tell him I'm still 15 years older than him, could he be the oldest high average in NEBA history at age 50, or 51, I think. So we might have to research that and look into that. NEBA is obviously rich with history relative to, since we've been around since 1963. This is our 60th anniversary, by the way. And coming up, as you said, on 1,000 tournaments. So a lot of cool stuff to talk about.
2 big milestones. And then let's see here, Bruce. Our last set of matches down on 41 and 2. We have Tristan Erickson bowling Mr. Ditto Fitzpatrick himself. And then our 11 seed Tyler Chatham is bowling Hall of Famer Bill Webb.
Here we go. Bill Webb missed the cut this morning. Got talked into re-bowling. Re-entering by Forey, shoots a very nice score at 12:30 at 10:96 to sail in, wins his first match, and we'll see how he does here. But let me tell you, that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of starter where Webb could go very deep in this tournament, and you know how tough he is.
He is not somebody you ever want to bet against.
That's right.
I made that mistake years ago in Chicopee.
That's right. You do not want to ever bet against Webb. He said something interesting to me today. He goes, you know, anybody who knows me knows that I never switch balls during qualifying. I use the same ball and I figure it out, you know, with hand or whatever it is that I do it. And today, this morning, he switched balls. That's how frustrated he was. And he was ready to go home. And then Forey, of course, talked him into bowling again. So.
Well, it looks like he made the right choice.
I guess so, right. something I very much reminded him of when we talked about that. So,
Were you the one that convinced him, Bruce?
No, it was Chris Forey. Chris badgered him into it. I don't think it was convincing. I think it was insisting. So that's how that worked. So great shot there by Tyler Levesque. That would be a 5-timer for Tyler, giving him a commanding 30-pin lead over his opponent on 31-2 here.
Yeah, it looks like Ron is going to be up by 8 with a strike here. And let's take a look at our other matches. Got Darren Borges stepping up here on 33.
Let's have a look at Darren's shot here.
Yeah, he's going to need a few in a row here. He's down by 32 right now. 42, I should say.
And this two-hander goes way right. There's an example of what you can see on this pattern. I mean, because it's got a hump in the middle, and then from 10 out it's flat, there is no free hook out. I mean, if you miss to the right, you had better have hit it the correct way and have the right surface, or it is never going to get back. It's very defined OB, and it's very easy to miss outside on this pattern.
Definitely looked like the preferred miss for the right-handers, at least, was left.
Yes.
Because as you saw in that last shot, it's not coming back from there.
Seems like in every pattern you look for something, swing or hold, something. Where's the area? And here, I don't think there's any doubt the area is more about hold than it is about swing. And now in that same lane that Dennis Bisanippi just went Greek Church, he just went 6, 7, 10.
Yeah, it looks like his opponent is.
Meanwhile, his opponent's on a 279 clip.
He's got 7 out of 8. So
yeah, so
time's running out there for Dennis. He bowled great this afternoon, though.
Yes, he did. He led the squad.
Yeah, he made a big move in the 12:30 squad. He tried urethane a lot in the morning, just wasn't there. Tried moving in a little bit, looked okay for a game, and then I guess Chris Monroy told him, you know what, just move your feet right, play that oil, and ends up leading the squad. So
I think that's really the only way to do it. I mean, I was way right. I mean, I missed twice. I shot -3, and then I came back and shot a whopping -2 on my 2 squads. And I moved way right and ended up swinging probably 22 to 15 and then back up to 17. That was where I had the best look. Way in, pretty straight, just kind of going at it. And it would hold pocket. There was a little bit of hold, a little bit, not much swing, a little bit of swing, but it was playable. I didn't find it until I didn't bowl. I never bowled anywhere for 5 games, so that was the right shot. So it was tricky. You had to do it right. And that's what they call it, a challenge pattern. So that's what you have to do.
I would say the unique thing about this building in particular is, depending on what bay you're in, it's almost like you're bowling in 3 bowling centers.
It's a really good point.
Because you got the low end over here, 1 through 20, and then the quote-unquote second bay is 21 through 40, and then the third bay, which we didn't really get into that much, is the the 41 through 50.
Right on the other side of the
pillar.
The pillars onto the high end of the one side of the lanes here.
But yeah, I talked to a lot of people just walking around, just asking them how they played the lanes and what they saw, and every single one of them said, you know what, depending on what part of the center I was in, it was like I was bowling in a different bowling center.
Yeah, even on the left, I mean, we started last night. We were only on the low end, and then today I started on the low end, came over here on the high end on 23 and 4, I think, and they were 3 or 4 boards tighter.
Mm-hmm.
Really different, even on the left. So it's not confined to right to left, but quite a difference there. So speaking of left, here's a lefty. This kid on 29 and 30, losing badly to Mahan, right? McMahon?
Yes, Mahan.
Thank you.
I think he's bowling Kyle.
Yes,
is it
that's
Pirelli?
Right. That's right.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then looks like, again, on that pair, it's Matt Brockett and Paul Smith. Paul Smith being another left-hander.
Yep.
Matt Brockett looks like he has a slight lead in that match.
Paul Smith at a 2-0 clip. Matt Brockett 2-teen, so about a
very close
mark lead there, for Brockett. And the lefty down 30 pins at least. So
Jay Johnson
2 lefties
just
in trouble here.
Stepped up and threw one really good to get back in his match.
And then, of if you saw the shot right in front of us, is a classic case of play the middle, work the oil, get it out to the defined hook spot really, and it's there, and then watch it recover.
So if you're referring to Ron, I used to run some tournaments here back in the day when I worked here.
Oh, really?
I worked here from I think 2012 to about 2014, and back when Tony Renaud, Marcel, and Roger used to own the center, and they had me run some events, and it seemed like every week Ron would win.
Really?
Yeah, Ron always had a good look in this building.
Wow.
So I would not be surprised if he made a deep run here today.
Well, good for him. And he's looking solid right now, I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Here's Tyler Levesque going for number 7 in a row.
Yeah, this might be the put-away one right here.
Look at that shot.
Perfect.
Oh, man, I got to like that roll. That is, you got that two-handed roll, but it's still rolling forward, reading before it leaves the pattern and turning up very, very nicely. Everybody could share the feed. We can get our viewership up, and great to be with you here at Hall of Fame Silver Lane's BowlWinkles Pro Shop Open, courtesy of Mr. Rich Reynolds, who's still in the finals. How's Rich doing? He's looking pretty strong. He's got, that would be a 4-timer for Rich with 1 open, and his opponent has a double and a triple with an open, so very, very close to that match. So we'll be watching our sponsors match here and see how that wraps up.
Yeah, it looks like it's 4 pins, and they're both on strings going into the 10th.
Exactly, that's right. And here's Jesse Gibson on that same pair, looking fairly behind.
Yeah, it looks like Jesse might be out of wood there.
Yeah, Hansen's at 2-0. Jesse can only go 170s. And again, we'll capture as many of these results as we can. Other than that, we'll recap it on the next round.
Ooh, that's going to make that match much closer.
Yeah.
I think he likes that one. There you go.
Jay Johnson coming back, takes the lead with the double and extends it with that triple. So Jay Johnson, of course, last year's Bowler of the Year and a runaway. 4 titles, and that's a year, and he was rewarded by being the head of the pattern committee, which can't imagine a more thankless job than that. But they've done an amazing job studying surfaces, scores, looking at preferences. You know, what do we want to do for different buildings, things like that. They've done a lot of work, a lot of research into the various patterns that you're seeing here. Dennis, unfortunately, is going to get smoked out of this match.
Yeah, it looks like the closest match right here in front of us is going to be let's see, Ron, and he's bowling, is it Michael?
Mike Reale.
Yeah, it looks like Ron has a chance to step up here, throw 2 in the 10th.
Yeah, he's got a 19-pin lead, but Reale's on a strike. So Reale 224 in the out, and Mike can go 223 if he paces to strike spare in the 10th. So we definitely have a match on the top line. Tyler Levesque is now going to shoot. He's in the 250s.
Yeah,
so
that match I think is
crush it. So
mathematically over.
And you know, you just didn't see that many, you know, killer games like that. It seems like it was so easy to break up a string. You know what I mean? That's why, you know, high qualifier Peter Licata only 1166 is not a huge number for high qualifier on this. And then the cuts were still at 1078, 1088. So you definitely saw a fairly narrow range of scores, and I think a lot of that was very difficult to put a big string together.
Absolutely. So. There was 1 300 today, though.
That was
Jeremy Hartberger.
Jeremy, yeah.
Game 1.
He said he wrote it to the cut. I think he ended up 1078. That was this morning. And he said, yeah, he shot 300, and then he wrote it right to the cut. Shot 22 under his other 4. So good for him. So he's in. right, here's Reale. So
Yeah, Ron just left a 9-pin, so he
Ron
can get up
did
and double
miss.
and win.
That's right. Here's the first one. And what do you say?
The light mixer.
And give it to him. Good shot. And here's the.
So Jay
let's
Johnson
have a
looks
look
like
at,
he needs a mark.
Let's have a look at Jay here and see what he can do.
See, after this shot, I can go to Mike's shot.
Yeah, we'll go back to Mike and.
That looks a little
It's
in,
left. Yeah, nothing's going to hold like that, and he does
Jersey squasher.
Yeah, Jersey squasher winner, baby. There you go. That's
All right,
it.
let's get back over to the Mike, Reale, and Ron Canalia match. It's 2 pins right now.
Reale needs this hit, must have it. And then he needs 9 to shut out.
Assuming Ron strikes, but yes.
Nice easy
Looks
stroke.
good.
Turn it up.
There
Dead
it
flush.
is.
Beautiful shot by Michael Reality. Clutch. And now looking at 224.
So
And a 2-pin advantage. It's whatever the fill balls end up being here.
yeah, count here for Ron is big.
Yes, must have it.
See, that looks good.
And how about 5, 6 through the middle? That's trouble. Now he only needs 5, does Reale, to win. Thought we might have a tie there, a chance at that. Once again, welcome everybody to our live stream. It's the NEBA TechVision live stream. We have 4 more rounds to bring you after this, and looking forward to some great competition on this custom 2023 BowlWinkles Pro Shop oil pattern.
I'm looking around to see
Guess
if
what
there's
he
any
does?
close.
6. Michael's 6 through the middle.
Oh no!
And wins by 2.
The count was huge.
That was huge.
Oh no!
Imagine if Ron was able to get 8 there, there would have been a tie. But well, it wasn't to be. There's Tyler Levesque. I'll tell you.
Oh,
That's a paralyzer 5 for Tyler.
and it still counted as a strike.
Oh, it thought it was a strike. It didn't go though, right?
It did not. Machine
No,
got it.
Machine got it. Okay. No. You have to reset it. You have to reset it. Yeah. Excuse us while we direct traffic and call the live stream.
Looking around to see if there's any other close matches. It looks like Monroy might be on the front 11.
Seriously, where is he?
He's down on 39 and 40.
Wow.
Unless my eyes are deceiving me, that looks like the front 11
I
for
think you're
Monroy.
right. Let's pull out the officially sanctioned binoculars, the TechVision binoculars. You can get a pair of these at Etsy if you want one. Yes, sir. Front 11. And here he goes. Monroy over on 40. Excuse me, 39. Announcer's curse through the beak. 3, 6, 10. That will be 287 if he converts. So Chris Monroy and his opponent shoots 230. So that's a pretty clutch, big game there. That was Rock shooting 230. Which is going to beat most everybody else in the building, unfortunately, for Mike Rock.
Yeah, it looks like we have one other close match here on 29 and 30. Paul Smith can get up and strike out for 214, and Matt Brockett can pace at 215.
Well, here we go. So huge double here for Smith. He's on the left side of your screen on lane 30.
He might do the old Chris Vialli trick. He gets up and throws 2 before his opponent gets a chance to throw 1.
Well, he's ahead. He got that look like in, and it lays off. Gets the trip 6. And yes, he is going to get the 2 in before his opponent has a chance to get up. You're right.
I learned that from Vialli himself. He always
Did
told
you?
me if you got a chance to throw 2 in front of your opponent, get up there and do it.
Make him think
Make
about
him
that
think
he needs
about
2, not just 1. That he needs 2. Yep, I agree with that.
So you can definitely get up here, put the pressure on Matt. Matt would need to just mark and then strike to win by 1.
It's okay. Just do it. Yeah. Now he was asking if he could just go 9 out and get on with it. And I said, no, you know, averages count. You know, things matter. So, yeah, why don't you just let him reset it and just do it right.
Plus, if he misses, he owes us a drink. So.
Oh, that's true. Get your hand up. Everybody get your hands up on the 5-pin. So there you go. And here's Paul Smith, who did double.
He did double. He's going to make Brockett show up.
That's right. And can he get 10? Gets it. Rocket needs to fill 20 now. Let's see what he does. If we can get over there and see those guys at all.
We might be able to get over there. Let's.
Maybe we just kind of do this. What do you think? Going to focus on the left side of your screen.
Yeah, focus on the left side of the screen. Brockett's going to be getting up here on 29.
It will be, yes, sir. Brockett.
Looks like he needs the he needs to fill 20.
Yeah,
First one in the 10th will win.
9 spare strikes enough. 19 fill is a tie. And we'll have a 2-frame roll-off. And obviously the best kind of mark is the strike. Gets it in.
Looks like he
down
likes
the lane. Pretty good looking shot. Slap 10. And that's a winner. Good shot there by Brockett.
They are pretty sure they're very close friends. Grew up bowling against them a lot. They travel together a lot, so I'm sure they wanted to beat each other.
I guess so. Matthew, of course, shot 115 over last night. He got a bye, so. And he dispatches the left-hander. Both left-handers going down to defeat on that pair. And Dennis Bissonnette going down to defeat. So, unfortunately, I think our numbers are dwindling on the left side here.
That is enough.
And that's that week 10 he didn't want last time, but good enough. So, we'll be signing off here in a second, Kyle. And again, great to have you with us. And we will be back for the round of 16 when our coverage officially begins in just a few minutes. We'll just watch Brockett wrap up this 10 pin and then we'll sign off. Okay, we'll be back in a couple minutes, guys.